Hello, this is Tomasz Roczynski for Touch Plus, and I'll be showing you how to use Mesh Fusion for Modo. What is exactly Mesh Fusion? Mesh Fusion is a plugin created by Bright Eyed Labs, creators of Modo, and it essentially will allow you to have real-time Boolean operation over the subdivision surface meshes. These meshes, through the Mesh Fusion, will form a very complex shape. You can have multiple Mesh Fusion items in one scene, but for now I will show you how to model this kind of heart. So as you can see, I can grab operands and I can move them freely. And the best part of this is that the model is live. So as I'm moving this object, this part of Mesh Fusion, it will update in real time. And the best part is this fusion strip that is created on the long. So I can select this little heart and I can move it and I can push it into the big heart. As you can see, it's melting like a wax. You get a 3D tree that will help you not to clutter your system. And you can move to different nodes to subtract meshes from each other. Or you can intersect them, but this mesh is now set to subtraction and it is cutting away the basic model. So I can throw it on any other node and now mesh is being added. And now it is union of these two meshes. So let's leave it for now. Mesh Fusion works with also component mode. So I will select these vertices and I can move them around. As you can see, this little tree representation also is live and updated in real time. And I have great control over all meshes, contributing to fusion. So this is very powerful stuff, and I will show you a few things more. I can select one mesh that is in fusion, and I can throw on the other, and I can remove it from fusion for now, just for a second. And as you can see, the smaller heart is cutting away this big one, so you can change viewport mode to see the surface all along. As you can see, this kind of surface would be very hard to model with normal traditional modeling, and with Mesh Fusion it's a blast. And it is live, you can change it any way you want. So this is a draft representation of mesh that will be created, and you can stay in this Mesh Fusion live version, or you can change it to a regular subdivision model. So let's take a look what this means, that you can Mesh Fusion anything. So let's begin by creating new mesh. Call it heart and go to and activate cube tool and press it once, and we got one mesh. Go to Advanced OpenGL mode, go to polygon mode and press tab to go to subdivision, press D twice to subdivide it, and turn off directional light. And now go to the front view and select in polygon mode, move everything to the right. Okay, so in polygon mode select this half, okay, and now just delete them. Okay, select edges and activate scale tool, scale it to 0 on X, okay, and now we need to mirror this part. So activate mirror Shift V. And now we can set it to be exact to 0, the origin point. And now we've got two hemispheres. And we can double click on these edge loops. And we can now bridge it. So press bridge, press on the screen, and we got segments set to 2, and it's okay. Now go to front view again, and select in edges mode this one edge in the middle, and we need to stretch it a little down. So turn on fall off soft selection and move this edge down. See how the nearest edges are also affected, and we can increase this fall off radius, and then we can move it a little bit down. Let's tap a few times to see how the mesh is looking. Okay, and I think we need to move this edges a little bit down. Also 3, change the linear and draw this linear fall on the screen. Okay, and make sure it is zeroed on X. Okay, and now we need to activate move tool and move it down. Yeah, that was more. Alright. And it starts looking very good. We can change with tap to subdivision, and it is almost done. We need to work on this bottom side, so select these vertices here and there, activate linear fall off, draw this fall off again, make sure it's zero out on X axis, and activate move tool. Okay, and we move it down. And I think we need to move this, turn off symmetry on X. This way we will be working quicker. Okay, and move those vertices down. And it's become more like heart. We need to move it also this part down. And press tab. And now it is looking quite good. Actually, we need to change this upper part to have nicer shape. So change this to linear and move it and stretch it along Y axis. And move it a little bit down. And check how it looks in subdivision. Now it is looking quite good. So select edges. Again, linear fall off. And move this, only this part of edges here. And now we've got crest a little bit more. So it is hard. Alright, see how it looks in perspective view. And it's way too flat on the z-axis, so we need to scale it a little bit down. Okay, and once again draw linear fall off from top to bottom, and activate scale tool, scale a little bit down, and it is looking very heart-like. So I think we are done with modeling of this heart. So let's take a look one more time. The best thing is that the model only have quads, because Mesh Fusion works good on quads meshes and quads and triangle meshes. So I have to get nice topology for the Mesh Fusion base shapes. Remember that, because this will allow you to have nice Mesh Fusion results. And save it for later use in other projects. And you can save it as hard quad. Press OK. And we can duplicate this hard and call it hard underscore. And then go to item mode, select this hard, move it to the front. We need to center centers of these meshes. So go to edit, center to bounding box, and choose center. Okay, and do the same for the other one. So select edit, center to bounding box, and choose center. Alright. And now this mesh fusion will be created from these two meshes. So let's position them to have nice results from the start. Go to front view, move it here, and now go to perspective view and bring this heart a little bit forward, and go to model fusion layout, and we are ready to action. This first heart will be cutted from the other, but first save the scene as Mesh Fusion hearts. Okay, and this first heart will be cut away from this on the back. So this on the back will have a hole in the shape of a heart. So with the two hearts selected, click Mesh Fusion, give it a proper name, Mesh Fusion Heart, and choose Subtract First Selected from Others. We go with the 3D Fusion, press this button, and now Mesh Fusion is created. We got 3D Fusion schematic tree created, and the meshes that will form Mesh Fusion are ghosted. So this is schematic, 3D schematic for this Mesh Fusion, and now we can see the Mesh Fusion result. We have different nodes. I will tell you more about them later on, but click on the first node, and this is the tree properties panel, and we can move it from here. Okay, not to clutter our viewport, and move it over here. Okay, drop the tool, and now let's select this heart. As you can see, it is also selected in schematic, this 3D cube, and we can move it away and cut this mesh in real time. This is very wacky stuff. So we can do a lot of cool things with this. As you can see, it's super easy, it's super flawless, and it is very kind of resources, because it's working like magic. So we can scale this heart down, and we got nice hole in a matter of seconds. So let's bring it a little bit down, and maybe here. Okay, we got nice hole. Let's do another one. So select this heart, this base heart, and this cutter. So select this cutter, and now throw it on this heart here. And we got nice pop-up, and we choose create non-fusion duplicate. I go for this option because it will allow me to think where I want to place this heart. And this heart we can take in the item list over, make this independent, and scale this heart down. As you can see, now it's taking place inside of this heart that was its parent. Okay, and now we can scale this heart down to nicely fit in this hole. Alright, and now select this heart and throw again on this little heart, and we choose new branch with union. Okay, now our schematic tree have two branches, and this heart is added to this lower one. Drag and drop again, and we choose create non-fusion duplicate again. Alright, and we can just take this heart and activate move tool and move it here, just above this base heart, and we can do it the smaller one. Okay, let's do and drop again, but this time on this green node, and this node is union. As you can see, this heart now is melting with the bigger one, but as you can see, it's not melting with this lower one. So now we can throw it to the red node, which is subtraction, and mesh fusion is subtracting this mesh from the bigger one. As you can see, model this kind of shape like this here would take hours, and as you can see, I'm changing on the fly this very complex shape from only 4 meshes. As you can see, mesh fusion is very powerful, but we want to keep it in union mode. So now move this little heart here, scale it and rotate it. As you can see, it's very quick and responsive. So scale this heart down and place it over here, and it just melt with the big one. Okay, and go over there, and we can rotate it just to mimic like this heart would lie on the big one. Okay, yeah, I think that is quite good. Now activate move tool and move this heart again. As you can see, the mesh fusion creates very nice fusion strip to connect those two surfaces. As you can see, the strip is creating very nice transition between those two hearts. As you can see, very nice and smooth. We can deal it with this transition later, but let's finish modeling. Select this heart and throw it on the lower one, and again throw it down. Create non-fusion duplicate, and we can choose create non-fusion duplicate again. Alright, and now move this heart to the left side, zero out its transformations, and we can move it over there. Okay, let's just stick here and select this mesh and throw it the fusion to the union node, and now these hearts will melt with each other. Okay, so rotate this a little bit, see how mesh fusion makes this surface glue with each other. It's like super glue. Okay, and now let's do this heart with the hole. So select this heart on the top part and throw it back to the lower one. And again, we can choose create non-fusion duplicate. We can move this heart, and we will change its name to better have understanding on item list. Change its name to Hardtop, so we can find it more easily, and duplicate this heart, and this will be Hardtop cutter. Okay, and we want this heart to be a little bit different. So we need to scale this hard down. Okay, now we need to make small changes. So select those edges by double click, activate bevel tool, press B, and bevel a little bit. Set round level to 0. Go to right view, select only half of the heart, just like so. Press Shift up arrow twice, and we can move this part forward. Alright, that will be enough. So select these two polygons, press L to select green, and activate group slice to slice it this hard, and go to subdivision mode again. Now we've got only parts in this mesh, and it could serve as a great cutter. So move this heart to pierce this first one, and now we need to make fusion, but we want to move this heart with the rest of the mesh. So create new union, okay, and now we can take this and throw on the subtraction node, okay, and this mesh gets subtracted. As you can see, now I can move this mesh. The thing is that it's subtracted only from the top heart, not from this first one. It works like magic, but it's the power of mesh fusion that you have structure of subtraction, union, and intersection. And as you can see, the result of this branch, now this is subtracting from this top part, and result of subtraction of this is added to the first part. That's the power of mesh fusion. So as you can see, we need to move this. And now, to be able to move those hearts together, I need to parent cutter to the hardtop. And now I only move hardtop to its position. As you can see, now this heart melts with the first one. Okay, and mesh fusion is creating very, very nice transitions between two meshes. Okay, so now, as you can see, I've got very complex model modeled in a matter of seconds and minutes, and we can change mesh visibility and viewport mode to better see what we have done. So now press this viewport mode, and we can toggle to different type of visualizing mesh fusion, and we can see very, very nice surface that was created with this powerful plugin. So you can really fall in love with this technology. And now let's get back to the visible meshes, and we get something that is called mesh fusion strips, and we can change the way that mesh fusion is displaying all that. So as you can hover over this mesh fusion strips, they will highlight it with blue color, okay, like this. When you pick them, you can get all channel hole with all parameters for this. So we can adjust strip width, as you can see. We can adjust strip profile. Alright. And we can adjust loop smoothing and all parameters alongside. So these are two loops moving from one mesh to another. So you can change it any way you want this. So now I think that is okay. And we can change these transitions here. Okay, and we can narrow down these transitions. And it's really hard to select this fusion strip. We got one on this side. Okay, and I think it is looking good, so we'll leave it on for now. As you can see, the result is very nice and smooth. It looks like porcelain heart. So I think we're done with modeling. Let's now change this to regular mesh. Save this file as Mesh Fusion Hard Flatten. It's my way of working. I got one Mesh Fusion active file, and the second one in Mesh Fusion is disabled. So now in Mesh Fusion properties, locate strip settings and Fusion Mesh item. As you can see now, the mesh mode is set to draft, just to see it very clearly in the 3D viewport, and we can change to airtight draft. This is a very nice option because you have airtight mesh that you can print in any 3D printer. So, and we can airtight final. So this is what we're going to want, and it is quite heavy, but we can choose convert to mesh item, and we got warning, and press OK, and we can call it Mesh Fusion Flatten, and we are done. So we can turn off group and turn off base meshes, and let's take a look at Mesh Fusion ready model. So it's not so bad topology. It could be improved in any ways, but as a starting point it is very nice, and it took very little time to build this. So we could improve this, we could retopo on over this, but now we can check if this renders correctly. But if we do, we get a nice model with no hassle. So modeling is made easy. And now let's create shaders and scene to render this. Press Ctrl Tab to go to recent layout and go to render. And now let's prepare our heart for rendering. So in the shader tree, select all automatically created materials and delete them. Alright. And now we can add another material. So select Mesh Fusion item, go to Polygon Mode, press M, and change name of this material to Heart. Okay. Drag this material above base shader. Okay. And duplicate base shader, like so. Put it in a hot group, rename it to 0. Smooth and very nice anti-aliased. So change material name to hard PRDF. Okay. And turn on conserve energy. This way heart will be shaded much better. So now we need to add environment to light this heart. So go to preset browser and choose something nice, and you can locate this in your assets, environment, studio, and go for soft1001. Right click on it and press slot. And we are having lights in our scene. So now we need to change a few things in environment. So click on environment and rename it to environment light. Alright. And then go to its properties and turn off visible to camera and crank up its value to 2. Okay, this way we got nice light definition. And duplicate this item. Change its name to environment cam. Okay. And now turn off soft tint and select environment material and change to constant. And we can now make solid white color. And in environment properties, turn off everything except visible to camera. And now we've got good setup of the scene. So let's deal with material of the HUD. As you can see, it should be red. So change diffuse color to very rich red color, and I think that it will be like set red to 0. 54, green should have 001, and blue should be set to 0. Okay, we got nice dark red color, very rich and cozy. Okay, but now the heart is boring, so we need to add some reflections to it. So in Fresnel reflection, first give 100. This way will be our heart will have some nice reflection in the glancing angles. Okay, add layer, go to processing, gradient, and nothing happened. So we can go to gradient editor, select its value, and add a key to it. Middle mouse click or alt click. That's the way for adding keys. Change the value to 40% and select first key, and it should go lower, below the second one, just about there. Alright. And we can set it to 30%, and now change its effect to reflection. And this way we got nice, almost mirror heart. So we need to lower down this value, and we can now move this key here, and we can give this value to 4, and maybe it's a little too low. Let's move it a little bit up, just to 6%, and environment start to be reflected. And now we can adjust some parameters now. So let's move this key way in the left. So let's do if this does any good. So now move key. Okay, let's see, let's have preview updated. And now we need to... and I think we're good. So, now we need some lights to show us this geometry. So, add item, light, and area light. And we are good to go. So, take this light up, down, change its name, just type L, just to see that it's left light, and go to the top view and move this light forward. Okay, and just a bit more. Next, go to perspective view, and we need to rotate this light slightly, but we don't want to rotate this light around center of self, so change accent center to origin, and now we can rotate lights around our heart. So now adjust position, and I think this side is quite good. Make this lights bigger. Okay, now we need to move it over there, and we can turn off simple shading. And now Modo is lightening our shape with correct lighting. So now the lights are real and quite nice. We need to add more samples to get rid of noise causing by the light. And now I think that will be enough for this light. Okay, let's preview update our scene. Duplicate this light. Okay, change its name to area light R for right one. And activate rotate tool and rotate this light to the other side. Just like so. Wait for preview to update. As you can see, we got nice definition of silhouette of the heart. I think it will be good over there. Just a bit more here. And now we need to increase its radiance. So we get a nice effect. But I want this reflection to be much larger, so we need to make bigger light. Okay? As you can see now, the reflection is sliding along this hard edge, so it looks quite nice. Okay, and we need to duplicate this area light R once more. Okay, duplicate this, and we need to change its name to T for the top light, and now we need to rotate to the center. Okay, we got a nice front light. We can just zero out all its transforms, but I think we need to move it on Y-axis, just to the top. Alright, just like so. Wait for preview to update, and just a little bit more. Okay, and now we need to make this light wider, so it's wide enough for now. And we got nice lights spilling over the top. Okay, so now all curves are highlighted, and we can see how nice reflections are traveling to the all surface created with image fusion. So just run the preview to see if we have a very nice geometry, and I think we need to change frame size. So tick this dot, and when it's infinitive sign turn off, you can change frame width and height at the same time. Go to settings, change anti-aliasing samples to 16 and anti-aliasing filter to mutual literally for better quality, and turn on adaptive subdivision, so this way surface of the heart will be very nice and smooth. Okay, we got shading, and now we need to crank up indirect rays for better lighting, and I think we are pretty much set to the final render. Okay, let's see if we have any imperfections of this mesh fusion strips, but I cannot see any, so let's hit render. Okay, wait for Modo to compute higher than the previous, and because of the shading that we changed, the heart is shaded much nicer way, and it took a lot more time to shade this heart than it took to shade only the white background, but this is the way we want it. So now, as you can see, shading of the heart is very nice, and you got perfect surface continuity on this mesh fusion item. As you can see, we did not make any retopology, we don't have to. So, save this image. Just remember to always save layered images from Modo, because Modo is making very bad JPEGs, but makes very great PSD files. Sharp and clean, and with very nice anti-aliasing. So save this as Mesh Fusion Heart. And as we can see, we got alpha output also set up for easy cutting of this heart. So we can composition this render on any other image. Okay, so I think we are done. As you can see, Mesh Fusion allows you to do very complex designs in a matter of minutes. So I think you're gonna love Mesh Fusion as I do. Thank you, and see you next time.